salty pecans. Let me go ahead and charge up my filming device because we don't want no accidents of devices going out now, do we? We don't. We do not want any accidents of devices going out. Devices going out. Hi, my salty pecans. Welcome back, welcome back. So, on today's video, I am going to be talking about a couple of mainstream topics, like, for example, as you can see in the thumbnail, Tabitha Brown, Wendy Williams, and also the Bill Cosby and Sha'carri Richardson. Those are the three topics that I want to touch up on tonight, this Friday night, and I thought, why not do it while repotting some plants? I have a couple plants that I feel they've seen better days, and they can actually use the upgrade, via use the upgrade via a larger pot. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. The plants that I do want to up-pot, one of them, sadly enough, funny enough, as I was like setting up my camera, it popped out of the planter, right? And you can see this says 99 cents, $1, and it is this very sad aloe. This very sad aloe that's been just abandoned, and we're trying to give it a better life. So that I want to just add some soil to it. And I also have this snake plant, the Sansevieria, and I actually started this sans as a one leaf cutting. I had to wait for it to root, and then after it rooted, it's gone ahead and given me a few pups. Over the winter, it was like placed at the window, completely forgot that it was at the window, and this thing basically pruned up. So sad, pruny, but we are also going to add some soil onto this one. And the main attraction is my whale fin sans. I want to also repot this because if I put this on this table, right, this plant is top heavy. You can see, right? Like, if you can see this, right? I have it. It's in this little pot right here. And if I just leave it unattended, it will eventually topple over. So I decided I want to place this in a larger pot, and I say larger mainly not width-wise but height-wise. So I have this glazed pot, and I think, you know what, this plant can actually use the upgrade tool. So I'm going to go ahead and repot these plants in today's live stream while we talk about the main topics. I would love for you all to be interactive with me in this live stream. So I want to hear your opinions also on these topics, because here in the US, or at least for me, these are things that are interesting, and we don't always have to like cover extremely like deep dark subjects. So I am also having to mix my own soil. I'm going to mix my own soil. These plants, for me, require the same sort of soil content, the same sort of substrate mix. So I'm just going to make one substrate mix for all three plants. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to use soil. I'm going to use perlite. I'm going to use some orchid bark, worm casting, a bit of charcoal. I think that's it for now. I might add a little bit of cocoa coir, but I don't think I will. But yeah, the first topic I do want to start to talk about is, let's talk about Wendy Williams and Tabitha Brown. So if you don't know the whole situation that's going on with Wendy Williams and Tabitha Brown, yesterday's show, Wendy decided to make Tabitha Brown a hot topic on her channel, and the hot topic was in regards to Tabitha making this announcement that she is going to retire her husband. So Tabitha's husband was once part of the police force in their town, in their state, and Tabitha has decided now that you know, she's more established, she's bringing in good money for the family, that she is willing to retire her husband from the police force. Don't quote me, but I believe he's been on the force for like 10 to 15 years. So, of course, if she's able to make the money and not have him put his life at risk every single day, she decided she wants to take her husband, you know, and have him retire. And if he wants to pursue any other ventures, get into any other endeavors, then she is willing to support him financially, emotionally, yada yada yada, as a wife for her should do. So Wendy Williams, and I say Wendy Williams because I'm just gonna say it out here, I'm a huge Wendy Williams fan. I love Wendy Williams. How you doing? Like, I really enjoy her commentary. I don't always agree with what she says, but I respect what she has to say, and that's her opinion. I can't change it. Who is she, you know, who am I and who is she? She's like 56, 57-year-old, like, well established, you know what I mean? And Wendy Williams decided to, on her show, to basically just say Tabitha is basically a fool for deciding to want to support her husband financially. She basically says, like, I've been there, done that. My husband, you know, her ex-husband, basically, she did that for him. She was feeding him, you know, from a silver spoon, and he in turn decides to cheat on Wendy and start a different family, right? Start a whole new family, have a daughter with his mistress of over 10 years, Sharina Hudson. And Wendy basically is telling Tabitha, like, you're a fool for even entertaining that thought. So, of course, Tabitha, she responded to what Wendy had to say, and she basically was just like, Wendy, I'm praying for you. I hope that you find joy in your life and find what you're looking for without having to just always just negatively attack others, which I definitely agree. I can sense that Wendy, like, ever since this whole divorce debacle, right? Wendy is not the same. Wendy is not as, my gosh, demure. She just says what she wants, how she wants it. And I also am kind of like, girl, calm down with the hitting on your guests, because I'm finding Shorty is kind of pushing up on these guests on her show. For example, when Sean Paul, Shaggy, and Spice came to her show, these are all just like Jamaican artists, and they came onto her show, and she basically was just like coming on to him. There was another actor, he's the white man from Power, which is another television show. She like let the world know, like, hey sir, like, I want you right now, and do you want to go on a date? She's come onto The Brat. The Brat is a female rapper who has come out of the closet as lesbian the last year or two. So The Brat came onto Wendy's show sometime last week, and Wendy was just like, do you find me attractive? Do you find me attractive? You know, if I was into women, would you want to date me? And The Brat was just like, hell no. Never in a million years, never in your wildest dreams would I ever even entertain the thought of us, you know, doing something, being anything, engaging in anything sexual. And Wendy was just like, girl, that's not what you texted me. And The Brat was just like, homegirl, don't try it, because I got the same text you talking about. So I just feel like Wendy, in regards to the Tabitha Brown situation, this is not your marriage, lady. If she wants to support her man because she is making millions a year, I'm assuming, right, from all these brand deals, from all these like sponsorships, these shows she's been in, been on, gone to, part of, all the, you know what I mean? Like, she is a well-known in what she does and in the field that she's a part of. So I completely understand where Tabitha's coming from. if I too had a significant other who's like job, right, their 9 to 5, what provides for us, for the family, is something that we consciously know their life is at risk for, and I have come to a point where my significant other doesn't need to put their life at risk every single day, then heck yeah, who wouldn't want to upgrade their life in that way? So yeah, Wendy, it sucks that you were in that situation, and you know, Kelvin, my apologies, Kelvin screwed you over, but Tabitha, she ain't having it. Not today, ma'am. Not today. And she was very respectful about it. You know, she wasn't like how Erica Mena was, like, yo, I'ma fight you. Like, if I wasn't pregnant, I'ma, you know, come and beat you up. You know, like, coming at her physical looks and all that. Like, she wasn't, she's very classy. She's Tabitha. So, let me know what you all think in the comments, too. But the next topic that I want to jump onto right now is the topic of Mr. Cosby, Dr. Cosby, Bill Cosby, Heathcliff Huxtable, basically being released from prison. In regards to this situation, I'm just going to say I'm somebody that I grew up watching The Cosby Show. So, at first, hearing basically everything about what the case is about, I was sad. I was saddened because it's like, wow, this is somebody that I did not grow up with Bill Cosby, with the Cosby Show, the same way that some people have. Like, he wasn't like a father figure or somebody to aspire to be. He was just like, hey, this is a very good show with good morals, good messages, right? And it was just funny, it was entertaining, and it was amazing to see other black people on television, and especially with you know, the careers that they're in. Like, Dr. Huxtable was a GYN, and Claire, she's a lawyer, an attorney, and you know what I mean. So, like I mentioned, I was saddened to hear about all of this, but as a female, there is never any part in me that will ever be okay with rape, the R word, rape, right? There is no part of me that will ever condone, align myself with someone who disrespects another human being in such an intimate way. So if he is allegedly, like, he was, what is not the word, he had a verbal agreement, right, with one of the attorneys that he signed a plea deal. I'm so sorry. He signed a plea deal to pay, you know, the accusers under the table, you know, off the record. And years later, this is what he was sent to prison for. I don't think that it's right that he is getting away scot-free, right? But the thing is, I find this topic to be just really tricky. He admitted to giving drugs to one female and other people, right? That individual I want to get my story correct. That individual agreed to a plea deal to take money. No, not that individual. Let me, hold on. I just want to make sure I'm saying the right thing. I don't want to say the wrong story. was it Angela that accepted the money? I believe it was Angela that accepted the money, and no one has ever gotten justice. But now they brought everything back up. He was charged for things that he was acquitted of, that for the plea deal, and now he's out of prison because of that plea deal. And I just think that it really sucks that all of this was brought back out. It was a huge debacle. I remember this was like sophomore year in college for me, and I'm in mass media class, and we're just talking about all of this. To him going to prison, being in prison for 2 years, and now getting out of prison, and like piecing up the signs like justice was served, and it's like justice was not served. These were verbal agreements. These were not like justice was served for who? For you taking advantage of your power, for you abusing your power, for victims. And when I say victims, I'm not saying like there's 60 something accusers, right? I don't think all 60 are valid, right? But maybe 5 out of the 60 are, right? Maybe 1 out of the 60 is. Either way, 1 is 1 too many, okay? And this is not okay. I don't care if he's 90, like, where is the justice for the victims? Women in general, no one cares for women. We're second-class citizens, if that. It's like we live in a world where there's more sympathy and pain and empathy for, like, animals and not humans. And of course, I understand, animals, they can't really defend themselves because, and like the mental part. But we have all of these laws and all of these things put in place for us for justice, and we just like constantly just see justice does not get served ever. Justice is never served. When will things just like get better ever? Right? When will they ever? Ever. Let me check the comment section. Let's see what y'all are chatting about. I am mixing still my substrate, and I'm already 20 minutes in, and I'm still chatting. Let me go ahead and see what the comments are saying. Micah 30 said, Auntie Tab gathered Wendy so beautifully. Yes, she did. Auntie Tab was like, listen, I am vegan over here. Okay, my skin radiates too much health, too much light, too much positivity to be absorbing. None of that, okay? Aaliyah said, I am late, but I saw the title, and Aunt Tabitha had the most beautiful response I've ever seen. The power that she has. She is beautiful. That is what you have to do. That is what you have to do. Like, when somebody is coming at you and they have no idea what they're talking about, all you can do is let them say what they have to say, and you can say what you have to say, but you don't gotta stoop down to their level. No need to stoop down to their level. That's not doing anything for anybody but making you exert so much extra, energy. Ain't nobody got time for that. You got time for that? I don't got time for that. Neither does Auntie Tab. So that is all I want to say in regards to the Bill Cosby situation. The next topic that I do want to touch base on is just the Sha'carri Richardson situation. And it is so sad, like, for her to be in that situation. It is sad that such an amazing opportunity was basically just for no reason. Right, at least for this Olympics, it was for no reason for her. So Sha'carri Richardson, she basically was to go to the Olympics for the US for the 100-meter race. And she fumbled it all because she failed her marijuana, her drug test for the Olympics, and she is on probation, I believe, for like the next 30 days. So the Olympics is like this month, July, so she's not going to be able to participate in it, which sucks. But I think it's sometimes in life people need to just think about the bigger picture. And I feel she lost her mom like a couple of weeks ago, right? She had such an amazing opportunity, and now literally there's nothing she can do about this. I feel so hurt for her. I feel hurt for her. But when it comes to things like these, you know how I am. You know how I am somebody that's very much about like taking responsibility. And I'm proud of her for, you know, saying, listen, I put myself in this situation. I'm doing this part. I put myself in this situation, right? Like I was going through something hard. I was coping with death. And I just needed a gateway. Not a gateway, a getaway, right? I just needed a release. And her release was, you know, for her to, what was that? Was for her to smoke weed. And pretty much the Olympics have decided to not let her participate because of that. So I feel sorry for her. That really sucks because I'm sorry, to make a regular sports team, right? To make a regular sports team is a lot of work, let alone to go to the Olympics. These are X-Men, I think, right? I feel like if you're an Olympic athlete, if you're a professional athlete, you are extraordinary. You are not like the rest of us. And the one thing that I knew, because I was a high school athlete, right? I played baseball, I did swimming, well, softball, basically baseball, right? And swimming. And certain things you can't do. And honestly, drugs is one of them. You can't do drugs. You know, that's one of them. You have to pass your classes. You know, you need to have certain grades. You can't be getting in trouble. You have to be as exemplary as you can. So I'm happy that she took responsibility because she can't blame anyone else but herself. Like, you know what needs to be done, and it caught up to her, unfortunately. Poor girl. But I hope that in the future, like, she's able to make, you know, she's able to join the next maybe Olympics, the 2024 Olympics, if that's when it's being held, because, you know, you never know. But let me know what y'all think about this Sha'carri Jenkins. Eliza Rose said she knew the rules, she knew the consequences, she owned up to it. Yep. That's what she had to do. What is she gonna say? She can't blame it on anybody else. Who is she gonna blame it on? I was forced? No. She had to take the responsibility. But it just sucks that such an amazing opportunity for her future. Such an amazing opportunity for her family. Such an amazing opportunity for her community if she wants to extend it to her community. It was just so much could have happened for her. And I hope she takes this, you know, she uses this, all of this, and doesn't let it bring her down. You know, I hope she doesn't allow this to stop her. I don't want this to be where Sha'carri Richardson ends. You know, the 2021 100-meter, you know, hopeful winner, like, you know, bring the medal to the USA. You know, what happened to her, you know, like 20 years later, what happened to Sha'carri Richardson? You know, this is where I'm at right now, like mentally, like I don't want this to be the end of her. I would love to see her grow from this. I would love to see her in the next years come back just even better and stronger and just kick these girls' ass, you know? Just kick their ass. And speaking of kicking ass, I don't have the exact details and names, but did you hear about the Olympic athletes, the two, I believe they're Nigerian, the two Nigerian Olympic athletes who the Olympics have decided to not let them participate in their category because they have too high levels of male testosterone? Did you hear about that? Excuse me? I didn't even know this was something that they test for, but these women were born genetically as female, right? And they never once hinted at being another, you know, like gender, right? They're just like, hey, I am female and I want to participate in this category for women. But the Olympics are saying, no, you know, you got too much hormones in your body. How do you all feel about that? Because I think that's kind of grimy. Because on the same spectrum, why is it only for women? Are there like levels for men? You know, are there levels for men to say that, hey, you don't have enough testosterone, or maybe you have too much testosterone? Are there caps for males, or all of these caps are for women? There's all these restrictions for women, and I feel like this is what this live stream is about. It's just like every time, everything is like, come on. I don't understand that. I thought that was bullshit. Oh man, let's see. Eliza said, at least now she can focus on coming back better the next Olympics. Now she realized how special and amazing this opportunity was. June Turner said her death of her mother is the hardest thing in life to do. Yeah, the death of her mom, definitely, like, I can't even imagine, you know what I mean? I can't even imagine the pain she's going through. Like, my grandmother passed away 2 days ago, and, you know, we're going through that right now. You know, rest in peace, Gumami, I love her. She's literally, figuratively and literally the reason that I am here today. So, like, when you lose a mother, a parent, it's fucking hard. And thank God, like, I'm so lucky every day, like, you know, I still have my mom. Like, thank you, Lord. I don't even want to think about that. But I know she's aching, and hopefully she comes back and makes her mom proud. You know, the next Olympics, hopefully she qualifies and kicks ass, because there's nothing else she can do about that. And I feel like I already potted up this plant, and I just have to make some soil for the other ones, and we're done. Wow, we're already 30 minutes into this live stream. I know this live stream was really late, y'all. My bad. But there's a lot of things that are being, you know, put in place for the funeral. So that's what, again, we're dealing with right now with the fan bam. But yeah, alright. This one is done. As you can see, ta-da. I'm gonna water this in a little bit. Alright. So, large snake plant has been potted up. Now I feel like this is a bit more stable. I'm not afraid of this toppling over. So soil quickly I'm going to mix to just add into these pots because this thing is really dry. It needs more soil. It's so root bound also. And yeah, I'm going to add some soil. So how I feel also about people substituting soil for like coco coir or yeah, just coco coir, I don't think that is nutritionally enough for plants, and that thing dries out so fast. So be careful if you're watching videos and people are like exclusively using, you know, like cocoa husk. Like, be careful, your plants will dry out extremely fast, you know. So be mindful of solely substituting that as your substrate. Oh my gosh. Alright. So like this. Boom. Add some soil. Add the plants. And I'm gonna add soil around. Actually, I feel like this soil is crap. They do. Mine, see, like, my Hoyas, I have them mixed, right, with husk, soil, and other substrate. But I find that the ones that I have one Hoya that's in just cocoa husk mixed with everything else, minus the soil. And, and I find that one, it gets extremely dry. So be careful. How is, like, Eliza, how are you dealing with the dry weather? Well, it's cooler now, but like the last couple of days, the last couple of weeks, Eliza, she also lives in New York. How have your plants been dealing? Because I feel like I've had to water my plants like 3-4 times a week during this heat wave. I've had to water my plants like 3-4 times a week. Oh my gosh, the electricity in my building has been kind of wild. Like, the power had to go out because everyone's just using so much energy, and my building has a D energy rating, so you know it's a struggle. So yeah, we gotta be careful with the electricity, and also with like the grow lights. Oh my gosh, can I tell you, the humidity in my home was like 500, literally 500% humidity. It was so humid. It was like gross. It was gross. Oh my gosh. And I'm almost done with this. I'm so happy. I've been meaning to do this for, oh god, there's soil everywhere right now. I don't know why. I'm usually not a messy plant repotter, but everything's just falling. What y'all got to say? Oh no, you had a casualty? Your red maranta. Oh, you have those plants, the marantas and the what's the other ones? What's that called? The calatheas. You're into those. I'm scared of those plants. Not scared, but I'm so lazy that for that very reason, right? For that very reason, I stay away from them because I don't have time to be fussy. I was complaining about my rattlesnake calathea where my cousin got it for me last year, and I was just like, I don't know how I'm feeling about it because these plants require, high moisture, and I'm not somebody who's able to upkeep with the moisture offering, you know. And it's pretty good. It's doing good. My rattlesnake calathea is over here. LOL. My cats handled the heat really well. Eliza asked, how did my cats handle the heat? I think they dealt with it. You know, they stayed in the AC. They hated it. They hated being out in the heat. And, you know, they're just like belly up, basking, absorbing any coldness. Yeah, they stayed away from the heat. They're like, oh, there's nobody here. It's a hot room. But yeah, there was somebody home every day, so they never just had to, you know, deal with the nonsense. But we are 36 minutes in my salty pecans. I have potted up the 3 plants. I did my aloe, well, my little aloe. I did my, I forgot what this is, my snake plant, and I did my other Welfin snake plant. The only thing I have left to do now is to water them, and I'm just going to do that off camera because those I'm going to water in my kitchen sink. That one can get watered in the room because I have a saucer for it. But other than that, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you're still here watching. Thank you so much, my salty pecans, for just, you know, joining me today, spending this Friday night with me. I'm going to have some water. There's some ice in here. I don't know if y'all can see. Ice water. Oh, stay hydrated. Drink water. Stay for the sugary stuff. Don't be out in the heat. They're the highest points of the day. You know, wear sunscreen. I wear sunscreen every single day. I reapply a couple times per day. Take care of your skin. Take care of your health. Alright, y'all. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me on this Friday night live stream. Again, potting up these awesome plants. Ooh, tomorrow, Saturday, I'm going to do just a flash 4th of July sale. I'm going to do it on, it's going to be on different platforms, so you can catch me wherever you are going to catch me. It's going to be on Facebook. I'm going to try to do it on a couple of plant groups. I am putting basically my entire inventory of whatever I have left of HauzPlant merch. I'm coming out with new things, so I want to get rid of the old things and have the new stuff. So all of these things will be on sale like this. The plant is not included, but this beautiful copper dotted pot, it's amazing. It does not have drainage, right? But what I love is that I have a pot that needs drainage, and I have it as a cash bowl, right? And all I do for plants, especially that need moisture, right? Boom, it holds the moisture, right? So this is going to be on sale. If you are interested in purchasing one of these, this is on sale for $8, right? It's really heavy. This is a very solid pot, $8. You can leave it in the comment section below, or you can shoot me an email at hauzplant@gmail.com, HAUZPLANT. So this is one of them that's on sale. My copper trellises are also on sale. Oh, let me put this here. My copper trellis are on sale. I have these little, ooh, I love these, the terracotta spikes right here, like this. I love the terracotta spikes for larger plants that need, you know, moisture, and these are on sale for like $3. So get your terracotta plant spike. My copper trellises, originally $12, they're on sale for $7. Get your copper trellis. Love them. The mini ones are so cute. I don't have one behind me, but they're all over there. I don't have one behind me to show you all, but all of that is going to be on Facebook, Instagram, And I don't know if I'm gonna post a little flash thing here on YouTube. I most likely am not, but keep an eye out tomorrow. Saturday, it's gonna run from this Saturday until next Thursday. So you know you're gonna have a little 4th of July sale, sometime to purchase whatever you want, and then after that they'll all be gone. So with that being said, again, my salty pecans, thank you so much. If you're still watching, thumbs up, comment, share, like, subscribe, become salty peeps, and I will see you all in the next one. Buenas noches, Eliza. Thank you, Dominique Hernandez. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all. Good night. Bye.